Sports. Wargaming. Hello everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another sprue review video. I was going to say contrast plus painting tutorial. I'm not totally with it today. Yes, we are back with another sprue review video slash unboxing type thing, and today we are checking out the all-new Blood Bowl Season 3. Yeah! Yes, Games Workshop were very, very kind and sent me the new Blood Bowl Season 3 starter launch box, whatever you're supposed to call it. Core box, let's just go with that. And, well, it's been quite a journey because, well, I must confess, I don't know a lot about Blood Bowl. So I've been all over the place this week. I've played it once or twice, a long time ago. A very long time ago. And really enjoyed it. And then was never able to get hold of an old core set. So then just forgot. And then haven't done so for the last sort of 5-6 years. Or anything like that. And now we're here and we have Season 3. And, well, this is a really cool time to jump in and actually start learning how to play, how to paint, and how to love Blood Bowl. Because I love sports. Said the man who looks like he doesn't love sports. And just like when the old world released, we have the new Blood Bowl set with Bretonnians versus Tomb Kings. It's like it's a theme or something. So because there aren't a ton of models in this box, this is actually going to be a pretty quick video. And, well, I still haven't quite painted all of it. I've done most of it, okay? Most of it. Very, very, very close. But it's been okay. You know, it's been, you know, I'm excited to actually start playing this game. I feel like I'll have a lot more passion for it once I've had a go on the tabletop. I am pleased with how they've come out, though. You'll see that in a minute. But before I show off the painted models, we have to have a look at those sprues. And before we have a look at those sprues, I have to ask you to do one of 3 things, or all 3 things. That would be really, really kind of you if you could do that. Please hit that subscribe button, because we are hurtling our way towards 100,000 subscribers. I really want to do it this year. We might not, but I really want to. So if you could hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, that would be wonderful. And also if you could hit the like button on this video, that is a free way to support the channel and what we're doing around here. And finally, in the comment section, let me know, are you a Blood Bowl aficionado? Do you want to come and show me how to play the game? Do you want to pound me into the ground at Blood Bowl? Just let me know. Maybe we'll arrange something in a community centre somewhere. And so without further ado, let's jump into Blood Bowl Season 3. Okay, here we go. Season 3 of Blood Bowl, the game of fantasy football. 3rd season edition. Oh boy. This is one of the heaviest boxes from Games Workshop I've ever received. My goodness me. And you get an absolute ton of stuff in here. So, in the Blood Bowl Season 3 box, what do you get? You get the 200-page Blood Bowl rulebook, game markers and rule balls, 1 double-sided fold-out pitch, 2 double-sided team dugouts, game tokens including prone and stunned tokens and a ball token, plastic range ruler, random direction and throw-in templates, 2 sets of dice, 2 cheat sheets for quick reference, 2 transfer sheets, 1 for each team. It includes 26 Citadel miniatures, 12 Brionne barons, miniatures, 14 Nehakaran nightmares miniatures, double-sided pitch and dugouts, 1 side grass and 1 side astro granite slabs, which is fantastic. I love that. Here's the Brionne barons and the Nehakara nightmares just there. And, well, let's open it up, shall we? I'm very excited for this. This is really cool. Wow. Right. Oh. Oh. So heavy. Right, here we go. The unveiling. Wah! Okay. Well, what do we have here? Well, here's all of our tokens, first and foremost. Stunned, prone, eye gouge, chomped, bomb. Possession token as well. Blitz. All that good stuff. Here's our range rulers and ball tokens, by the looks of things. Oh no, that's not a range ruler. Is it a range ruler? It might be a range ruler. I don't know. It's my first foray into Blood Bowl. You guys tell me. Here we have our Barons in the red plastic, one would assume. Yep. And the Nehakaran Nightmares in the bone plastic. Makes sense to me. So not a ton of plastic here, but there we go. There we have our lovely official Blood Bowl merchandise. A lovely card insert. It's better than the all black Warhammer one. Bag of bases, important for assembling your miniatures. We have bag of dice as well, and then we have not one but 2 folios by the looks of things. So this one should contain all of the rules, and this one should contain the pitch. Feels like it's made a really solid card, and that one to me, oh no, that's the build instructions. Well, that's the thing we're actually going to need. But for now, we'll just pop this to one side. There we go. And we'll have a quick look inside both of these folios. Alright, here we go. So, I don't often like breaking the seal on these things, but unfortunately in this instance, needs must. There we go. Oh. Oh, and it's a lovely hardback book. Okay. Gorgeous. Alright. It's not really a folio, actually. That's just it's a lovely card. Sort of protective packaging for it. Okay. So inside that first red one, we get the official rule book, the 3rd season edition, in a gorgeous hardback book. It's absolutely lovely. And then we have our 2 official cheat sheets. 1 and 2. 1 in red, 1 in blue. That's a nice little touch. So they're not the same colours. That's good. Let's just have a quick flip through, because obviously I don't know the rules of Blood Bowl as it stands, so I don't know how much of things are going to be changed. So I don't know what really we're looking for in terms of stuff that's interesting or different. But we do have a little sort of fabric sort of bookmark. Lots and lots of really cool stuff. And I believe this should include, I think I read this somewhere, this should include all the rules for all the teams. But I could be wrong. Team rosters. Aha! Yes, we do. So we have, in here we have Amazon teams, Black Orc teams, Bretonnian teams, Chaos Chosen teams. We have Chaos Dwarf teams, Chaos Renegade teams, Dark Elf teams, Dwarf teams, Elven Union teams, Gnome teams, Goblin teams, Halfling teams, Human teams, Imperial Nobility teams, Lizardmen teams, Khorne teams, Necromantic Horror teams, Norse teams, Nurgle teams, Ogre teams, Old World Alliance teams, Orc teams, Shambling Undead teams, Skaven teams. God, it just goes on and on. Snotling teams, Tomb Kings teams, Underworld Denizens teams, Vampire teams, and Wood Elf teams at long last. I think that should be everything. Yes. Alright, so it's all in here. So this is everything that you need to play Blood Bowl 3rd season edition. I really can't stress enough how cool that book is. Well, you Blood Bowl fans will know. It's very, very pretty. Whoa, lovely. Right. Let's have a quick look at the other one. This should be our board and our dugouts. So we'll just properly break the seal on this. Oh, that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. Okay. Yeah. Put that out of the way. Oh, right. So here is our dugout, which I believe is reversible. Yep, there you go. And here is the other dugout, which I believe is also reversible. Yes. And then here is the pitch. And this should be reversible. Oh. I mean, I don't have enough space to fully fold it out on camera, but it's a lot bigger than I remember. I have played Blood Bowl once, a long time ago, and I had a lot of fun doing it. But, yeah. Wow. Okay, it's really easy. That's actually a really easy fold as well. It's not kind of too complicated to get back together. So it's like a fold it out type thing. Anyway, we're going to stop folding card. And we're going to get on with looking at some miniatures in just a moment. So our build guide is quite light. It's not very heavy at all. So fingers crossed this means all of these miniatures should be reasonably simple to put together. So we have our Bretonian Squire lineman, 1, 2, and 3. We should have just 12 and so 26 32mm round bases to build this. There's no varied base sizes here. And we do have our 2 transfers, which we haven't found yet, but we will find them eventually. So, Bretonian Squire Lineman 1. He consists of, or I should say they, because we don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a choice of heads, 6 components. Okay, yeah, I'm on board. This should be pretty simple to do, hopefully. Similar for the Bretonian Squire Lineman 2. We build 2 of these and 2 of these. We build 2 of the Squire Lineman 3. Then we have the Knight Thrower. Do we build 2 of those? Yes, we build 2 of those. We build 2 Knight Catchers, 2 Grail Knight Blitzers, giving us a grand total of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only 7 there. Don't know why I said 12. There should be 12. Anyway, and it's just done over the course of 2.5 pages by the looks of things. Oh, hello. There we go. Found them. I found the transfer sheets. So there we go. Little base transfers as well, which is nice. Cool. Keep those safe. Keep them secret. So our Tomb Guardians, here we go. So Skeleton Lineman, we have 51, 52 and 53 for the heads. So that looks like that's going to be interchangeable. Yes, 51, 52, 53. We should have that twice because we build 2, 2 and 2. Same for the Tomb Guardian we build 2 of. Same for the Tomb Guardian we build 2 of. 18 and 19, 8 and 9. So he's got an optional head. And then on the back, yep, we've got our Tomb King's Thrower, which we build 2 of, and 2 Tomb King's Blitzers. So that's leading me to believe that we should just have duplicate sprues in here, which I am all about. Alright, well, we'll start off with the Bretonians then. Actually, very quickly, we'll just check that those are indeed... Yes! So, that is the Tomb Kings, and they are duplicated sprues. So that's cool. And then for the other ones, we have 1 and 2. Should be duplicated that way around. Yes, it is. Lovely stuff. Okay, let's start with the Bretonians because that's first in the instruction manual. So, seeing as we are on duplicate sprue time, we can just have a look at just the one. Now, when I'm looking at coloured plastic like this in sort of red, red's quite a difficult colour to look at anyway, so it's going to be a little bit tricky to find any kind of mould lines. The best thing to do in this instance is to just assume that there will be mould lines and then just, you know, mould line remove them. It's probably going to be something going sort of down the edge of that foot, for example, but for me it's just kind of quite difficult to read, so you'll just want to watch out for that. So here we go. So what have we got? Well, we're going to look for heads and things first. So we've got a bear head here. Got one over here. One here, one here. Got one... Oh no, that's not a bear head. That's a helmeted head. Okay, so bear heads. 1, 2, 3, 4. As far as I can tell. Yes. They're all connected on the underside of the neck, which is great because it means that it's going to be nice and quick and smooth, easy to to sort of get them off the sprue. We don't have to worry about those scuff marks on the top in amongst all the lovely hair. For the helmets, it should be even easier because it's a smooth helmet, right? So we've got one helmet over here, helmet over here. We've got a helmet down. No, that's a ball. We have a helmet there, and we have a helmet there as well. So they do seem to be connected in really annoying ways. We've got two more helmets over here. They're connected on the underside of the neck, but these ones are connected either on the side of the helmets or right on the top, which, okay, it's armor, so it's nice and smooth. So it should be easy to smooth it down, and if you accidentally take a little too much off, you won't really notice because it's meant to be flat. It's only in the hair where we end up kind of accidentally kind of carving out the detail, which we don't want to do that. But so it's about 50-50. At least the bear heads are all in good form. Some of the bodies, well, we have all of the bodies for presumably 6 of our players on here. So should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. I'm not sure how that's going to actually divvy up, but there we go. So they're connected pretty well. We have connection points on the underside of the foot, which is fine because it's nice and easy to smooth down. Same over here, 1 and 2. Same over here and here and here and here. But then, of course, it's the usual thing with something like this, is that we're going to have connection points in all of the stuff like the smooth cloth, which again, as always, we kind of move with the curvature of it. We be careful not to apply too much pressure because we don't want to do that and accidentally take too much off. So there you go, you have to be on the lookout for stuff like, for example, just there. I mean, that is on the underside of a bit of cloth, but there should be something like... Actually, do you know what? Maybe we're okay. No, here we go. We're in the armpit. Oh, that is okay. Here, on this bit of cloth right there. Okay, so there we go. That's the point I was trying to make. Is that's meant to be nice and smooth, right? So you just want to watch out for that and not kind of judder along with your blade when you're trying to smooth it down after you've clipped it off, because, you know, that wouldn't look so great. Stuff like the arms and things, what we're looking for is if there's any kind of connection points in like the hand and stuff, and it's so far it looks pretty good. Oh no, look, there we go, we've got one there on the hand, but it is on that sort of part of the hand, so it's just about manageable, so that's okay. It's nice and smooth, at least it's not in the fingers or anything like that. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. Connection points on, I mean, we've got slightly spindly detail here in component 41. That'll be for the Grail Knight's helm, which will be one of these two, I'm guessing. I'm hoping, at least, that my memory serves correctly. Do you know what? I'm actually trying to find stuff to be critical of this sprue for, but there isn't really a lot here because I just think it's in really good nick. And that's really, really nice. I mean, look, as an introduction for me for Blood Bowl, that's great. And if these models are easy to put together, that's even better. Now, those instructions are kind of more of the specialist games route, so they're going to be a little bit light on detail in some places, I would imagine. But do you know what? These look very sturdy. They look very good. And I can't really, like I said, tell if there's much in the way of mold lines going on. So this might be a really quick cleanup job. So that's really encouraging. I'm quite excited. So seeing as it's duplicated sprues, it's just the one sprue to look at. So I guess we'll jump in and we'll see how long it takes to build the Brionne Barons. So our Brionne Barons are all built. They're very pretty, these models. So we've done all 12, and all of the pictures generally seem to show that many, being roughly the size of a team. I mean, we'll do all of it, I'm sure, but we'll cross that bridge a little bit later when we come to it. So now is time to move on to the Nehakaran Nightmares. Here they are. So once again, we've got our duplicate sprues. There they are. So each one will build 7 because there's 14 of the Nehakaran Nightmares in the box. So presumably each sprue builds 7 individuals. 3 skeleton linemen is what the instructions are showing me. 3 skeleton linemen, 2 Tomb Guardians, 2 throwers and 2 blitzers. Well, 1 thrower and 1 blitzer. Yes, that makes sense to me. Okay, so I don't anticipate this being too much of a sort of difficult sprue to look at either, much like the Barons. And wow, okay, let's see what we're looking at, see what we got here. So one of the things we're going to watch out for when we're building something like Tomb Kings is we've got skeleton bits, right? So we've got bones and things, and this will be rib cages and stuff like this. So for example, up here on this component number 21, if you've got a connection point in amongst the rib cage, that's going to be, well, a little bit trickier to deal with than you would necessarily find building something else. So stuff like connection points here on this arm, that's on the bone. Same for like here on the hand, here on the elbow. Stuff like there on the knuckle duster, that's fine. But on the hand, it's going to be a little bit more tricky to deal with. Now, should be easier to spot things like mold lines on this color plastic. Yep, we've already seen one right there on the ball. That little section just there. There is a connection point on that, not connection point, a mold line going across it. But again, much like with the Barons, I don't anticipate this being too difficult to clean up because it looks like it's really high quality plastic. It's a very, very busy sprue as well. There's a lot of components going on here, as I'm sure you can no doubt can tell. So yeah, that's the sort of stuff we're going to be looking out for. So connection points here on this armor, that's absolutely fine. We want to look for some heads as well to make sure we don't have any kind of bare skulls, but we've got connection points on the top of the head, and it seems like we've mostly avoiding that as far as I can tell. We've got a head over here, and this will be on top of the helmet. Same over here, helmet there on the headdress, and here as well. Same over here. Doesn't look like we actually do have any bare-headed skeletons. We do have this head here, component number 9. We have a connection point there on that kind of little sort of bit of jewelry wrapped around the band, and then here on the end of the beard as well. So that's doesn't seem strictly necessary to have 2 on that piece, but there we go. Bodies wise, we seem to be fairly well connected. Once on the underside of the boot on this one, and on this one, here on this leg as well, this leg as well, this leg as well, this one here. These are all good things. This one. I mean, this one's right, that's connected on the underside of the foot. That is a bandaged wrapped foot, so normally that would be annoying, but because it's going to be glued to the base, it's absolutely fine and easy to clean up. Same for this leg here and this leg here, and I think that's all the legs. I'm pretty sure. It looks to be all of the legs. As for the bodies, we do seem to have avoided the dreaded fate of connection points in all of the bones of like the rib cage and stuff. So that is a real positive. So that's a good thing. I don't know why I'm qualifying positive and good thing, but there we go. That is what we're doing. So one thing we're going to watch out for a little bit as well when we're building is we want to make sure that we're just using enough glue as well to make sure that we're not having a gap going along these sort of bits of chest plate. Now, helpfully, there is a bit of trim that's going across there that's going to cover most of a gap. So actually, that's really, really cool. So for example, there it's going to go over the top, so you won't have a gap on the shoulders. But in some instances, you might find that where you're gluing 2 parts of a torso together, for example, this component here, 42, and I'm sure there is another half to it, maybe 41, you may have something that looks like a gap that goes across the middle of the shoulders. So that's just something to watch out for. But overall, I mean, look at that. Look at how many components there are on there. There are seven miniatures per sprue. So that's something. There's a lot going on here. And it's really cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Let's go and have a look at how long it takes to build. Really quick, this sprue review. It's just like building the Barons was really quick. I'm really, really impressed by this set. I wonder if it's as quick to learn. there you have it. Not a lot of models in the box. Some sprues we didn't really look at because they were like game markers and stuff. And, well, I mean, they're just flat 2D plane markers, really. They're very cool, but it just didn't feel like we needed to do a review of those, as it were. You're not going to build and paint them, as it were. So, what have we painted? Well, first up we have the Nehakaran Nightmares. We've done half of them. We have the other half to finish off. But there is a video for these coming on the way. But they look really complicated, but they're very, very simple. And they look really, really good. We've also got some decals to do. I won't forget to do that. Then we have the Brionne Barons. Here they are. We've done all of them, all 12 of those. And again, they look a lot more complex than they actually are. We've got a really good video for these on the way. I think they look absolutely fantastic. I don't know about you. But yeah, tell me what you think. Yes, we have actually done both teams. We haven't done all of the Tomb Kings just yet. We're going to be finishing them off later today. But we have done all of the Bretonnians, and we have done half of the Tomb Kings. So overall, what do we think of Blood Bowl Season 3? Well, honestly, I think it's a really, really strong box. As somebody who is quite fresh, with fresh eyes, I should say, for Blood Bowl, I was looking through this book, I was looking through this box, I was looking at what you get inside, and I thought all of this felt quite premium. And it felt pretty cool. Now, I don't have a yardstick against which to measure that. So for those of you who are long-time Blood Bowl fans, you may have different ideas around what's in this box, quite frankly. But as I was going through it as somebody who was, you know, kind of the core audience for this sort of thing, right? Because if you've already got a pitch and you've already got your teams and all you really need is you need the new book, right, to play the new set of rules and any other kind of additional accoutrement that might not be included in a new edition of a game, as it were. But is this something that kind of established Blood Bowl fans are going to already be picking up? I'm sure you will. But also, like, the core audience, the target audience really is people like myself who haven't done anything to do with Blood Bowl and are interested in getting started. And so, as an experience of opening and building and painting the miniatures side of it, which is really where we're focusing in the sprue review, it's actually fantastic. Both teams go together really, really well. And there's so much detail packed onto those sprues. Now, it is a little bit confusing for me at first because I was like, there's so many duplicates here. And there actually isn't a ton of models in this box. There's 12 Bretonnians, 14 Tomb Kings. And I was like, well, how many of these do I need to play? In order to actually figure that out, I will have to read the book a little bit more. And of course, you guys out there will know more information than I will. But all of the pictures had roughly 7 models in them. So I initially thought, well, we only need to do about 7, but obviously we're going to do the whole set because, well, it just feels nice to do the whole set, and I don't like having stragglers in the collection. So, like I said, we've got the other 7 to do. But as models, I thought they were really, really good. Honestly, like as Bretonnians and Tomb Kings go, they're some of the best Bretonnians and Tomb Kings models I've encountered. A lot of them have been resin or they've been really fiddly in terms of the plastic. And actually, these Tomb Kings especially went together super, super quick. They all did, really. I mean, every model went together really, really quick, which is something that I really appreciate, of course. We don't have any star players or anything like that here where it's going to be complicated resin or big plastic kits or anything like that, which are going to be on slightly bigger bases or something like that. So we don't have to worry about any of that going on. Instead, all of the stuff that's going on here is very, very simple. And as a starter set, while it's not push fit, which I would have loved if it had been push fit, but whilst they're not push fit, you actually get some very characterful, very cool miniatures, and they are quite fun to paint as well. But the build side of it, again being in the different coloured plastic with the bone and the red, means you can just get them built very quickly in an afternoon and start playing immediately, which I think as a starter set is a really, really, really positive thing. The other thing I will note is that this book feels really good. I don't know what it is, it's very nice, and like flicking through it, it's very funny. You know, it's filled with all the kind of the Blood Bowl humour that you would expect. It does include all of the rules for every team that is currently in existence as well. So I don't think anybody's been sort of unceremoniously booted out of the world of Blood Bowl. But I just, you know, I love seeing pictures like this. just the big advertisements in here. It still very much cleaves to the universe and to the vibe and the theme of Blood Bowl, and it's actually quite a fun read. I'm only about a quarter of the way through it. I'm only sort of round about there, trying to get through the rules, but yeah, I like it. I like this book. This book feels nice. And I believe I commented on this in the video that the board itself was really good as well. Having gotten it out and had a look at it, the feel of the cardboard is quite premium as well. Like, it feels like it doesn't feel cheap, as it were. Like, because sometimes the boards feel a little bit but this one feels really good. I'm going on about how things feel. Is this the feel review? Overall, I'm actually really impressed by this box. I'm really, really impressed. And for those of you who are thinking about getting involved with Blood Bowl for the first time, I think this is a really good place to start, because I've really enjoyed myself. I think, honestly, is what I could say. I don't know too much about everything that's going on, and obviously there's bits on the sprues that I don't really know. There's trackers and counters and turn markers and things that I haven't actually dived into yet, because I didn't know how important those were, or if indeed they are in fact necessary to the production of the box. They're in there, of course, which means you should probably do them at some point, but the real focus of what I've been painting on is the models. But they don't require me to build those other things, so that's kind of why we didn't do them. It's all about lending character to the game, is my understanding, and it's a very characterful game. They're very characterful models, they're very simple to put together, and actually, they're not too difficult to paint either. And you can play it straight out the box if you want to. You don't have to paint a damn thing, and that's really good. So ultimately, this box, I think, is fantastic. It really, really is very good. I would recommend this as a purchase. And if you're interested in getting, like I've said this multiple times now in this video, if you're interested in getting into Blood Bowl, this is a really good place to start. It's just great. So, yeah, don't know what else to say, really. Oh, yes, we need to give it a rating. Do we go for a player rating? No. Oh, no. I've wanted to try and do this video with the charisma of a sports commentator, but that would just involve shouting and a lot more writing, of which we've done none. This is my natural self. So we'll just stick to our usual Land Raider rating on the scale of the Land Raider. How cool are these models? How cool are the sprues? Well, they're very, very good. Very, very, very good. I mean, obviously there's cleanup points and things that we've talked about in the video, which means that we do knock some points off. But overall, the box as itself, as a thing, for those of you who care about Blood Bowl, for those of you who want to care about Blood Bowl, and for those of you wanting to get into Blood Bowl, I think this is a 9 out of 10. If you don't care about any of it, it's a 2 out of 10. I mean, come on, who cares? You know what I mean? That's your attitude about it anyway. But we're not going to put Land Raider ratings in for people who don't care about Blood Bowl, or indeed things that we do the reviews around here. So yeah, my final score for this is it's a 9 out of 10 box. I think it's great. I really do. I really, really, really think it's fantastic, and I recommend it wholeheartedly. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon for more videos. There's a lot of Contrast Plus content coming your way very, very soon. So I've forgotten how to end a video. Let's just end it there unceremoniously.
If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel, and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/Warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done, scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.